Trading is closed on March 15th, 2023. We always go over our calls. We start with our disclaimer, go over some calls, and then make some predictions. Well, this is my trading plan for Thursday, which is March the 16th, 2023. Please remember my calls can be wrong and trade at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this, and tomorrow should also have the early low. It's important to go over the reason for some of yesterday's calls because the same patterns occurred today. We had this wall into the close. I said that there was a good chance of this being a false move and gapping down. I said if that were the case, if we moved down, we should gap at least under this low and probably under this one, which we did. I said if that happened, we could erase all of yesterday's huge gain, with the initial target being the low of the wall with gap pattern, and we got support there. And we also said 38.40.89 was in play, which is this red line, and that printed, and we got support there. And during the day, MEJT said this is a false move, gives us a target of 38.49.72, and unless we gap up smartly, that'll be the call. I can't rule out gapping up smartly here because we have mixed signals. We have another wall with gap pattern. This tends to fill usually pretty quickly with a target of overtaking this high. That high is 39.23.83, so often you'll overtake it and find support there. But we also have another wall into the close, and that tends to get down, which is in conflict. We also have gap down, lower lows, closing over all the lows. That's positive. But what's negative is with a usually bullish pattern and 5 minutes left to trade, we were trading under all the day's highs. It's a very negative pattern, and the wall into the close doesn't do anything to change that, because that's not when serious money comes into the market. Also, when this normally bullish pattern has a big drop at the open, almost always you're going to trade lower, at least lower than this close, and usually lower than this low before too long. So we have some signals pointing higher and some pointing lower. So we'll have to use the mixed signals rules. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. It could gap up. It's positive. We gap down, hit a lower low, but closed over intraday lows. In addition, there's a higher wall with gap pattern that usually fills quickly. But it's negative. We have a lower MEJT target, and today's pattern showed much early weakness, and almost always that's followed by more weakness soon thereafter. In addition, we have a wall into the close, often followed by gapping down. Really can't rule out gapping up here, but I think you can count this as 5 waves up with a truncated fifth, and even if it goes higher, it's still 5 waves up, regardless of what the count is. We have a lower target, still is a negative pattern. I'm going to say unless we gap up, it's 38.49.72 for the call. But even if we do gap up, there's resistance over this high, and I doubt this declines over. And that's today's call.